Hello, good morning. It's your girl. I just want to share some things with the ladies. I just hope you'll be blessed at the end of the day. Okay, so it is said that when the purpose of a thing is not known, abuse is inevitable. So this morning, I would be sharing with the ladies, 5 signs of an abusive man. Some people are actually in an abusive relationship and they are not aware. They don't even know they are being abused. They don't even know that relationship is abusive. They don't even know that their spouse or their fiance or their boyfriend is abusing them. So this morning I'll just be throwing light on that, telling you 5 signs of an abusive man. Number 1, manipulation and control. Any man who manipulates you and controls you is abusive. How does he manipulate you? How does he control you? Number 1, he wants to check, whenever you're with him, whenever you come to see him, he wants to go through your call log, he wants to check your messages, he wants to know who you've been chatting with. That is control right there. He wants to just monitor who have you been talking with. That is a sign of an abusive man. Number 2, he's always asking you for your password to all your social media accounts or pages. He wants to know the password to your Facebook, your Instagram, just so that he can see who you're chatting with, who is eyeing you, who is sending you DM. He just wants to monitor. That is an abusive man in the making. Number 3, he wants to know the money that enters your hand. He wants to know how much enters your hands. He wants you to report to him, as regards your finances. That's an abusive man in the making, so run away. Number 4, he wants to he calls your friends and family to know your whereabouts. For instance, you tell him, I'm going to the market. He's calling everybody that's around the market to be sure that you actually went to the market. My sister, that is an abusive man just warming up, He wants to, and even when you say you're going to visit your friend, for instance, he wants to call your friend and be sure that you came to her house, or he calls you and tells you, give the phone to your friend just to be sure that you are there. My darling, that is an abusive man. If you see those signs, run. In fact, don't, they used to say carry your slippers and run. Don't carry your slippers, so leave it, run, because that man is going to turn to a lion soon. So that's all the point for number 1, manipulation and control. So where you see a man display all of this, either in relationship, in courtship, you are even still, if you're single, you are blessed. Run. If you're married, ekbele. Ekbele, just keep praying. The Lord will do it one day. But if you're single, if you see the signs, please run away. Number 2, anger outburst. Any man who gets offended at the slightest provocation, he's hitting things, he's breaking your phone, he's breaking tables, he's breaking chairs, he's hitting the wall. Some ladies will say, he's not touching me, or he just gets angry and he channels his anger to the wall. He channels because he doesn't want to touch anybody, because it's not abusive, so he likes to hit the wall. Well, my darling, today he's hitting the wall, tomorrow is your head that he will be hitting. So any man who can lock his anger in and has to express it through hitting things is an abusive man in the making. So if you see that sign, don't say you are not the Holy Spirit, you can't fix him. Run away, run. Run, please. And number 2, he works out on you. You guys are somewhere and you say something or do something, and he just walks out on, he just leaves you there and goes to the house. My dear, that is an abusive man. If you see that, don't tolerate. Don't tolerate it. That's abuse there. Number 3, he ends the call and doesn't call back. You guys are having an argument on the phone or just talking about something, and your views are kind of opposite, and then uncle ends the call, and then he's not even calling back. You are calling and he's not picking. My darling, that is an abusive man. In the future, run away if you see those signs. Number 3, excessive display of jealousy. Yes, so some ladies have confused this point. They always say, he loves me so much, he doesn't want to share me. He feels, he wants me out and saying, my darling, any man that feels uncomfortable, with you talking to the opposite side, whether it's your schoolmate, your colleague, in fact, once he just sees you talking to a guy, whether it's in church, whether it's at work, and then he's getting angry, he's getting provoked, he's asking you, who is that? That's an abusive man. That's an abusive man. It's not going to stop there. It will develop. This is a seed. When you see it at that stage, you just spot it and know that this is abuse, because over time it grows into physical, abuse. Number 4, he talks you down all the time and criticizes you. Every time he's telling you, this your stomach, won't you work on this your stomach? He's every time he sees you, he's talking you down mentally, socially, spiritually, physically, especially physically. That's an abusive man. He's not comfortable with your eyes. He says your eyes are too big. He says your nose are too big. He says your ears are too big. He says you are too fat. He says you have small bum bum. He's everything, uncle. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is your problem? Uncle is not satisfied. He just wants to fix things. He's telling you guys are gisting in the middle of a conversation, and he's telling you, this is your pimples, as if he bought it for you. This is your pimples. Have fun now. Are you not going to use Nixodem? Are you not? He's always, as in anything, he's always affecting him, my dear. In one word, that man is not proud of you. You have no business being with him. Let me tell you something, ladies. There's a guy that likes you just exactly the way you are. There are some guys that don't like ladies with smooth face. They actually like ladies with pimple, because, it just does them something. Do you understand? So, there's a guy that likes big nose. There's a guy that was designed to like big eyes, big mouths, small breasts, small bum bum, lekpa. In fact, let me give you guys a story. Let me give you one gist. In the university, one of my neighbors, the Lagos boy, this is Lagos boys. Sorry, Lagos people, sorry. No, this guy, one of my neighbors, he told me, be hearing something, he told me that then I was really, really slim. Not now that, I've given birth and I have body and all, but I was really, really, really slim. And this young man, just he told me that if they put my type stark naked, 10 of us in a room, he won't even move. That's to say that, he was into thick girls, very fat. He loved very fat ladies, big breasts, big bum bum. So he didn't used to, deal with lekpa at all. He didn't like lekpa people at all. So he said, if they put my type, 10 of moi, stark naked, that he will not move. Can you imagine? Hell. And it didn't, thank God for healthy self-esteem. It didn't affect me because I knew there were guys that cannot even stand small fats like this. I knew there were guys that loved lekpa to the core. So the point I'm trying to make, and My husband likes me just the way I am. So the point I'm trying to make is, there's a guy designed to love you just the way you are, just the way you are black. Don't bleed. Don't. If he's always complaining, sister, you are too black. Yes, what are you doing? Which cream are you using? Uncle, if you like fair ladies, why did you come to me? I'm dark. Why did you come to me? Go and meet fair ladies. Don't come and tell me to start changing to fair. Do you understand? So there's a man designed to like you the way you are. You are black, you're fair, you are short, you are fat, whatever. So don't let any guy continuously talk you down. If you see a guy in a relation with a guy and is always pointing out, physical attributes of you that you need to change, you need to work on, you need to improve, or he's talking you down, you're not smart, you're not this, that is a sign of an abusive man. Please, if you see that sign, run away. Yeah. Then the last one, but not the least, comparison. He compares you to his ex-girlfriend, his ex-fiancé, his ex-wife. He compares you to his mother, to his friends. That is an abusive man. If you're doing something, he says, if it's Choma, this Choma will do it. If you're doing this one, this how my mother used to do it. My sister, you will never measure up. You will never measure up. So those are signs of abuse. And abuse doesn't have to only be physical. It can be verbal, it can be emotional. And it's emotional abuse is actually worse, than physical abuse. In fact, I don't even know which is worse. They are both very terrible. So don't settle for, if you see any guy with any of these signs, my darling, in fact, don't carry your slippers. Leave it. Use waka, barefoot, run, and deliver yourself from a life of pain. I hope this video has blessed you in any way. Please share, tag someone who needs to hear this. And let me just say something. Please, if you have a friend or a sister that is suffering from is in a relationship where all of these things I've mentioned are being done to the person, and the person is just not seeing sense in walking away and all of that, my dear, come on social media, tag the person, so that we'll deliver the person before we'll carry the person's dead body. Better shame than dead body. Do you understand? So please, let's be our brother's keeper. Let's try. You have a neighbor that is beating his wife or doing all of this, and you've been talking to her, she's not, she doesn't have the courage to walk away. Please, tell someone, come on social media, speak out so that we can deliver that person. Thank you so much. Do have a great day. Thank you for listening. All right, bye-bye. Let me concentrate on work. Should you see that? Bye-bye.